So I'm trying to get better at doing this like more frequently, so people can really get a chance to see, like, for real, what it's like. So today is Monday. I just came back from spring break. I had an amazing time in Charlotte. And so I want to talk to y'all today about traveling, relationships with your friends, hanging out, all that kind of stuff like that. Like, this kind of going to be a little random mix of things. So I came back home yesterday, Sunday. I flew in Sunday from Charlotte, and no, from Atlanta, excuse me, from Atlanta. And then um, I'm tired today. So I went to sleep yesterday. I really did. And then today I still feel tired from that. And so I messed up big. So sometimes you bite off more than you can chew and you regret it later. So like I know tomorrow, like I'm gonna have to tell my workout partner like I got a flake on it tomorrow because I did way too much. So I traveled Sunday. I worked out today. And then I actually kind of like worked out a lot all day today because I be randomly trying to lift weights when I can just to keep my body from being stiff. So I got a kettlebell at work. And then I went and did um, water aerobics. And it's like deep water fit with this little young college boy who be like, I'd be so out of breath in the water. It's fun, but I would have never thought it would have been that intense. And he just be like, y'all ain't moving fast enough. It's like ladies in my class, it's like 85. And they be talking like cold trash to the instructor. So I enjoy going. Like, it reminds me of my grandmother's. And I'm like, okay, I can dig it. But I really do get a good workout. So I felt like I needed to do that today. So I worked out, and then I took a shower, and then I was hungry, and I was like, I need to do some things I want to cook this week. So I went to Walmart. And so this is the thing about cooking. I really enjoy it, but you have to, I have to prepare in days. So I'm like, okay, by Thursday I want to cook. So I started today. I got some ingredients and some of them, but you have to go to certain stores for certain things when it comes to cooking, or at least with me. So I've I got part of my ingredients, and I am exhausted. Like, I still got bags right here that I haven't put up from my trip to Walmart, and the cold stuff is up, but the other stuff, like, sometimes in the beginning, let me backtrack. So whenever as lupus progresses, it kind of changes what you have the ability to do. Um, So right now, I really need to take my allergy pill because that's why I also sound like a frog. And my eyes look, I got all these bags and stuff. The pollen is kicking my tail, but it's too late. As worse than most people could take an allergy pill at night and get like 4 or 5 hours of sleep and be good. I will be tired the entire day, so I'm gonna have to wait it out and just take a Claritin in the morning. Because if I take a Claritin tonight, I ain't gonna be able to sleep, and that's gonna be awful too. Anyway, so I kind of like have to pace myself. So I want to cook on Thursday, so I gotta kind of do some different things every day to build up to that, because you just get so exhausted. And so when I went home for spring break, I think that I got some nasty grams, and I don't think people understand, so I'm not really offended by it, but I had to lay down. Like, I went out and hung out with two of my elementary school friends. I don't even think it was like 4 hours. I had to sleep 10 hours the very next day to recover. And that was because my mama woke me up, because she was just like, hey, you got to eat or something. You need to drink something. And so, like, that's one of the things that I do miss about being at home. But one great thing is my sister finna come live with me. And my sister, oh my gosh, Kennedy, I'm so excited. So Kennedy is like the best nurse, and she can be a mean nurse when I need her to be too. But like, she came and stayed with me this time last year when I had come back from the hospital, and she's just like great. Only thing I feel sad about is I'm taking her away from my mama, and she's my mama's nurse too. So whenever my mama needs something, she just she'll roll her eyes and she gonna talk trash, but she's still gonna take good care of you. Like, she'll cook me fresh foods. She cleans up how I like her too, and she kind of respects my space too, but she's like still a good nurse. And then in return, I buy her whatever she wants, clothes, whatever. I don't care, but because I really, really, really appreciate that. And like, now that I've gone through this last episode, it's made me have to have like a very harsh realization about, like, my life is changing, how I used to do things. It's even making me think about like retirement differently, Because, you know, most people think about, oh, you're going to retire at like 50. Like, no, I don't even think I'm going to make it that long. And that's being honest. Like, I don't think I'm going to be able to go to work for another 25 years. Like, no, but that's not gonna happen. So I just have thought, like, dang, I gotta get my brain ticking, because girl, you gotta get on it, because you need to be at home in the next like 10 years. You do. You need to be at home, and you need to be able to get up when you want to, do the things you want to do. Hopefully I'll have had a husband and children by then, but you know, that's also a big responsibility on a relationship when you date a person that has a chronic illness like that. Because I know, like, the girls in my support group, they always talk about their husbands, and you know, some of them have positive stories and some have negative. Some of them are in amazing situations, and I am so happy for them, and I hope that I run across the same thing. But then other ones, I'd be like, oh no, girl, as tired as I be, I can't imagine having to do all that extra stuff just to please somebody, or, you know, all of those different things. And I think that's one thing I really enjoy about my friends and family, the close ones. Like, they know a whole lot more about it than the average person. Like, if we ain't talked since like middle school, you don't know. And I understand. It's not a, I'm not offended by, like, okay, my cousins. I have been trying to see my cousins for the last like 3 times I was home. And I was just so tired. Like, one time I was sick as a dog, throwing up and stuff like that. But it's just like, people don't realize 4 days to y'all is like 2 days to me, because I have to recover. I have to make sure that I get some rest. And I just can't go like I used to. And I feel like I really feel a lot closer to my grandmothers now, because where they're 84 and some like up in the late 70s, and their lives are changing because, you know, they're not as able to be as independent. Like, my grandma, she still drives every once in a while, but the other one, she's not as able to be as mobile, and it's hard for them. And I completely understand. Like, I just want to do average, like, normal stuff. Like, I want to be able to clean my whole house in one day instead of having to like pick a couple pieces. But hey, that's what you got to do. So today, I wiped all the counters down, because I feel like when you come back from out of town, you still gotta clean up again, even though you clean before you left. Because I just be feeling like it's like some settle dust, and I ain't with that. And that's my own little OCD thing. But anyway, so I wiped off all the countertops. I cleaned the bathroom, and I washed some clothes. I gotta stop right there. I'm gonna have to pick another day to do floors and change my sheets. Like, you know, that's usually a Friday thing. But you feel different, and I understand how older people struggle with, you know, losing their independence. And I ain't old, dog. I'm 31, and I still have to plan. I have to plan out my life. Like, it's whack. And these are the things that people do not understand about this illness. And I think that I'm so grateful to have people who like respect it, don't really say anything negative about it, and even like really take their time to ask me how I'm doing and be genuine. And like, this lady from my job, I'm not gonna cry. Okay, so this lady from my job named Brandy Wheat. Brandy is the joint. She's also a bomb art teacher. And I had been out of work, and I was really sick. I didn't feel well. And she like brought me some food, like my favorite stuff. She went through the effort to ask my friends what I eat, all that stuff. Like, it was nice. And she also, like, when I was talking to her one day, she always is a tearjerker. I'm not going to talk about her anymore, okay? She's always a tearjerker, because she always, like, she listens to the smallest things I say, and she always tries to make sure she accommodates me in some way. And I appreciate that, because I just met this lady. Anyway, her kids are great. She introduced me to, like, her church, like, they feed the homeless, all that kind of stuff. But she's a really nice lady. Anyway, you know, like, the average person doesn't really know what you are going through, and it gets kind of hard to try to explain things to people. You don't really want to. And so, like, I mentioned before, whenever, like, you want to go somewhere, you got to plan it out. Like, I knew I was going to have one day with my grandmother, and that was going to wear me out. And then I got both of them together. I had to sleep. Like, I was just so tired. And it wasn't like, you know, it was a whole lot of stuff. But, you know, like, when you're, most people, your emotions don't really weigh on your energy, but mine do. Like, when I get really happy, or if I get really sad, I got to take a nap. It's that serious. And so that is something that I have to grow to accept, because sometimes I don't want to. I don't want to feel like I can't do the same things that I used to do. And you know, you still feel like you have a lot of good things that you can do and you've learned how to cope with it and stuff like that. But I just remember being 21 and me and my friend would stay out. Me and Naja, I would leave Greensboro, drive to Atlanta, and we would go out and be out to like 8 or 9 o'clock the next morning and get up and go to the mall, do all our fun stuff that we wanted to do during the day and do it all over again. And like now, girl, bye. I ain't going to do all this stuff. Can't at all. Not even if I wanted to. I just I just can't. But that was fun. Like, my idea of fun now is we hang out a little bit and then I take a nap. I really do appreciate my friends understanding that about me because it does get like you feel like this girl avoided me, she ain't talking to me, she ain't answering the phone. And so when I have to tell people like I was really asleep, I was not being rude to you, I wasn't, trying to brush you off, and a lot of people don't understand it. And that's why I don't like making new friends. I don't, because I don't want to have to explain to you like my friend Cookie, she's like a mama away from home. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not here by myself. My friends take great care of me, like all of them. But Cookie is like, she gonna make sure I got some food, those different things like that. She's always gonna make sure I'm straight. All of my friends do. So it's like I'm still not by myself like that. And that is an amazing, amazing, amazing thing because I I don't know what I would do without them. So, it's it's a harsh reality, but is which is why I work so hard to try to make sure I put good food in my body, that I continue to exercise even when I don't feel like it. Because like I had a genuine conversation today with like a 65-year-old about what happens when you don't come to water aerobics. She has fibromyalgia and she was like literally an old lady, and we were just talking about how serious it was if you skip like 2 or 3 days, because people think, oh well, if you're tired you need to rest. But if you lay down too long you get stiff, and that is the pits. Like trying to get your body back right after you haven't done anything is an awful thing. And that's like an old people thing. And I can relate. I really can. So I go to water aerobics with the old ladies and I listen to their conversation. And, I modify the workouts to be a little more, extraneous for me because I'm younger, but I need that water. I need the buoyancy of the water to like not hit my joints and, all of that kind of stuff, because it's a real issue. And so I feel like, I'm gonna just say this, I feel so exposed. I don't tell random people this kind of stuff, but I just feel like um I feel like it's so many people that don't get to say it and don't get to enjoy it. And I want to let my friends and family know that I appreciate that. I do. I really do. I do. More than you guys would ever know. So I'm about to go to bed because I'm about to be struggling in the morning. Erica, I'm not gonna be able to do our 2 a day tomorrow. I'm sorry, friend, but I'm gonna sleep as long as I can until it's time for me to go to work, and I'm gonna go and try to do as much as I can. But I just know I need a break. Like I do. I could use about like 12 to 13 hours of sleep, and I'm not sure how I'm gonna get it in between, like until the weekend. To be honest with you, and that's a tough feeling. So even if I left work, only probably where I can make it work is if I left work at like 3:30, 3:45. We can leave at 3:45. If I went to work at left work at 3:45, got something to eat, and went straight home to bed and was like in the bed by no later than 5 o'clock, could I recover? And you know what? That don't sound like a bad idea though. I might need to think about that. I'm trying to think, what do I do? See, and this is something else. People don't get offended when I have to cancel plans with you, because it's not that I don't want to go. It's because I need to recover. And I just really wish people understood that. So maybe that's why this is a lot easier for me, because I want you to know. I want you to know that it's not that I don't care. My cousins Paris, Iris, Ronisha, and Ashley, I'm so sorry. I know I canceled on y'all like another. This has been the third trip, but I promise you, I love you so much, and I pray for y'all all the time, and I think about y'all all the time, and I'm gonna have to hit y'all first, so when y'all can get like the good energy the next time I come home. But I'm gonna make sure I do that. So please don't hold me, like, don't be mad at me, people. I'm not trying to be funny. I just be needing to go to sleep. Like, I need to go to sleep right now. But I appreciate y'all listening, and I'm gonna try to do this more often. Good night.